Hello everyone. Every tip I'm about to give you here has been tested by professionals at the shop where I am right now. So don't worry, this has a solution. When the message "Power Steering System Problem" appears on a Honda, the first thing you feel is that something serious is happening, especially when you turn the steering wheel and suddenly it becomes stiff, like you're driving a car from the 1980s without power assistance. But according to many mechanics, this problem often starts with something much simpler than you might expect: the battery. And this is where everything starts to make sense. The EPS system is fully electric, so it depends completely on stable voltage. When the battery is weak or the alternator isn't charging properly, the system protects itself by shutting down. Several mechanics told me the message appeared right after their battery started failing, and interestingly, once they replaced it, the steering wheel felt normal again. It's like the car is saying, "I don't have enough energy to help you, so I'd rather shut down before I damage myself." But this leads us to another situation that happens often and that almost nobody checks at first: the electrical connections. Some mechanics found that loose wires, dirty terminals, or poor ground connections can confuse the EPS system. Since everything is electronically connected, even a simple faulty connection can make the system think there's a serious failure. What's interesting is that many people solve the issue just by cleaning the battery terminals or tightening loose cables without spending money on new parts. Now, if the battery and connections are fine, the next suspect is usually the EPS module itself or the assist motor. This is basically the component that does the heavy work of helping you turn the wheel. When it starts to fail, the system shuts down for safety. Some mechanics mentioned the steering wheel would become stiff only occasionally at first, and then the problem became permanent until they replaced the module. It's a more serious issue, but it's not the end of the world if diagnosed properly. And just when you think you've seen everything, the sensors come into play, especially the steering angle sensor. This sensor tells the system how much you're turning the wheel, and if it sends incorrect information, the system gets confused and shuts off. Some mechanics recalibrated the sensor using a professional scanner, and the problem disappeared without replacing any parts. This shows that it's not always something broken. Sometimes it's just something misconfigured. Interestingly, this message can also appear after replacing the battery, performing repairs, or even after the car has been sitting for a long time. The EPS system needs stable conditions to function properly, and any electrical change can cause it to enter temporary protection mode. That's why many professionals recommend checking the basics first before assuming the worst.